I got a call, so I kind of ruined my first video. But, where was I? People always call me at the wrong moments, and I'm like, fuck. Why are you calling me right now? I'm trying to do a video. But I could never figure out, like, what I was. Like, I was just, like, clueless as to, like, what animal or what my past could be. I just never could figure it out. Like, I would never do a full transformation like other people. My friend Coyote, he did a full transformation. He was a rodent. Lauren, I don't want to mention what Lauren is because if he ever sees this, it might be offensive. I don't know why he is what he is to me, but I wouldn't say it's a good thing. And yeah, so I recently did a trip. It was just by myself here at home, and I played violin, and I started playing violin like I was making up stuff that I never would have thought of, and I was doing chords, and I was like, wow, like I need to do this so I can practice more. Just like do it for a couple of hours, like get in the zone. And I had a massage that day, so I was like, I can do a massage on this, I'll be fine. So I decided I was gonna go over to George's house and give him a massage because he's really messed up, like with his back and everything, and George is my ex. So I went over there, and he didn't transform on me or anything. We were just driving in the car and being us. And then we finally got to his place. I pulled out the table. I was just talking with him. I remember, like, I started feeling like these energies, like they were touching me too. It was like entities. And then I saw this, like, it was like a shadow, like being like a woman or something, like that was grabbing on him, and I was just like, I don't know if these beings are good, but I'm gonna have to like sage this area so that way I can work on you, because I don't want, like, you know, all this other stuff going around. So I started saging the place so I could work on him. I'm really dry in the mouth right now. Fuck. And I started noticing all these dots. There was a bunch of dots all over his skin, and they were glowing like rainbows. I was like, what are all these dots over his skin? Like, what is this? Like, I was like, you know, checking out his body. I was like, what is this? And I started massaging, and then I looked up to where his face was. He was face up on the table, and he was a bird. Like, his face, like, was covered in feathers. His hair, he has kind of like mohawk like hair, so it's just kind of like sticking up, and, you know, feathers. And his eyes were just like beautiful, and he had like a little tiny beak, and he was like and then like the body and everything, it all made sense, but all these like little dots were all over his body, and I was like, holy shit. And I told him, I was like, you're Big Bird. And he was like, what? I was like, what, a Big Bird? I'm like, well, not necessarily Big Bird is what I mean to say. Is what I mean to say, you're a blue avian. And all these little dots that I'm seeing on your body, this right here is like if you were to like pluck the feathers off of a chicken, how they have like dots all over their body. That's what that was. I was like, you're a blue avian. And I felt so geekish and so stupid because like everyone throws this term around. They're like, I'm a starseed. I'm like, all right, hippie. But now that I've been doing it, I'm like, holy shit, he's a fucking starseed. And it all of a sudden made sense why he's so artistic. Everything he touches turns to gold. Like, he can do just about anything. Like, and yet he's not doing that good in Vegas. And I'm like, holy fuck, like, ooh. Actually, like, we kind of got in a fight, and we also had like a conversation too. But I was like, you're meant to do so much more on this earth than what you think. Like, and I told him, I'm like, you're in a really bad depression. Like, it's bad. Like, all this depression, it's no good for you. And why is he balding? Oh, when birds get stressed, what do? They lose their feathers. So hence feather loss or hair. And it's like a genetic blueprint kind of thing. That's like our past has like a code like in our genetics. I can't explain it because I'm still understanding like how and why I see this and what it all means. I just know that I see these things for people. And I told him, like, because George, like, to like a lot of people, and this is why, like, when we were in a relationship, he always had issues, and he's like, oh, I'm not good looking, I'm not this, I'm not that. And make another video.